Hi folks, it's Scott here and welcome to the next video on our heads up display. So now let's go about setting up a scoring mechanic. We're going to go into uScript and we're going to ensure that we are inside our level script. And what we want to do is on the start of the level we want to set our score to 0. So I'm going to I'm going to search for a graph event, and on graph enable we're going to add a integer because we want this to be a whole number. We're going to call it score. We're going to expose it to Unity and we're going to give it a name or a value of 0. So on graph enable we want to set our integer. Set integer target is score, and we want to set that to 0 just to make sure that every time we start the game we start off with 0 score. So with that set up, we can now save this. It's really important that we do save it, because now what we need to do is we need to reference this integer in our enemy script and our boss script. So what we're going to do is inside our enemy script, we're going to go to, we're going to go to our graph event here where we've done our audio clip. And what we're going to say is on graph destroy, basically as soon as an enemy is destroyed, we're going to add some value onto our score. Quite simple. So we're going to go to reflected test, going to click on properties, we're going to go to our level script component, and we're going to find our score integer. We're going to turn on the instance, and what we're going to do is we need to find the object that's actually applied to. And in this case it's actually applied to the uScript file itself because this is the master object. So we're simply just going to drag this into here, and then all we need to do is add int and say that every time we kill an enemy we're going to take our score and add it by a certain value, and that value could be anything you want. I'm just going to click on plus and I'm going to add it by about 10. So every time you kill an enemy we gain 10 points, and the result of course is going to be our score. So let's say our score is 0, kill an enemy, gain 10 points, it adds it to this. So now this is now 10 points. We're going to go we're just going to copy this actually, so we can do the same for the boss. We're going to save. Then we're going to go into our boss script, and again we're going to find the same nodes, and we're going to do the exact same thing, only this time if we kill a boss, let's be generous and give ourselves 25 points, like so. We're going to save that. You see how easy this is with uScript. The next thing we're going to do is let's go into our health pickup script. And we're going to say on graph destroy, let's give ourselves a nice little 5 points, why not, and plug that in. And then in the rapid fire pickup script we're going to do the same thing, give ourselves 5 points and plug that in. And there we have it. The last thing we need to now do is press Ctrl and U. I shouldn't have went out of there. Go into the level script, and what we want to do is we want to do another int to string and set string. So I'm just going to pull that across, and I'm going to start this from scratch here. We're going to use an int to string and hook that up. Oops, let's try that again. And what we want to do is we want to get our score, plug that into the target. As a result, we want that to be a string variable. Plug that in. Then we want to set a string, like so. We could just copy and paste these. Go into reflected properties, we go to Unity Engine.text mesh, find text, and we want to change that to instance, and this time we want to take our score value and plug that in. Plug that into target, and then the value is our score as a string. And that is it, folks. We're going to file and save that. So every time we kill a regular enemy, we get 10 points. Kill a boss, we get 25 points. And any pickups will give us 5 points as well. So we're just going to save that. So currently our score is 0 and our health is 5. And now we're just going to find some enemies to kill. So here's an enemy. Let's shoot him down. We now have 10 points. Oh, here's another enemy. 10 points, 30 points, so on and so forth. Now let's just find an enemy to kill us, just to double check that the score does indeed reset. So we've got 4 health, 3 health, 2 health, 1 health, death. And we're back to a score of 0. Do have an interesting error down there, I'm not sure what's happening. There's 10 points. Oh, that's a boss. Let's get our 25, excellent. And what you could also do is every time you gain score, you could play a sound as well. So with that, that is pretty much our HUD done. Okay. In the next lesson, we're going to move on to our graphical user interface. Thank you again for watching, and see you in the next video.